Next, let's read up on the Wooded Kingdom. According to this guide, there's a giant greenhouse filled with flowers. It's famous for its beautiful soiree bouquet. So, hello everyone and welcome back to Mario Odyssey. In the last episode we finished up in the Lake Kingdom, and this time we've come here to the Wooded Kingdom, to the Steam Gardens, which is not quite the feel I was expecting for the Wooded Kingdom. And I really like it. And we start with the Road to Sky Garden. As you will see when we gather our first moon, this is a big kingdom. You've got these things spinning around and we'll deal with them in just a second. Wait, do you hear something? Nope. So, somewhere over here, there we go, here are our purplums. They're nuts in this kingdom, and there's 3 of them there. I see what they did there, it's nuts, but it's the mechanical nut, all very clever. But what we want to do is come over to this tree here. Nope, that was not the right tree. This tree here, and we had some of this last episode, we've got some more here. Hint art. Look at this. So it's in the Sand Kingdom, and what it's saying is you go to the Koopa Trace walking, and you head north until you hit 2 bushes. Wonderful. Let's head over to the Sand Kingdom and head there. So here from Koopa Trace walking, we head north. Speeder on, please, because the hint art makes it look like it's very close, but it's absolutely not. It's in a huge distance away, and we actually have to navigate around the hole in the desert in order to continue going in a complete straight line. And the hint art pointed us at these bushes here, and indeed, look at that, we get a bright blue moon, and we see the graph for the first time for the Wooded Kingdom. It's massive. It's as big as the Sand Kingdom. But actually, don't get me wrong, I like the Sand Kingdom, but I prefer the Wooded Kingdom. The Wooded Kingdom is fantastic, as you will hopefully see this episode. So let's head back to the Wooded Kingdom itself. So back here at the hint art, which is now crossed off, we can gather a few more purple coins. There are some in here. Oop. Then what we want to do is head back to the... Ow, Christ. This way, and... A servant of the monster is illegally accessing our flower supply. Recent events have initiated my panic and spin routines. Panic and spin! There is a bunny bouncing around here, and we want to intercept him and hit him a couple of times. Or not. There we go. There. Oh, do I have to touch him once he's hit? There we go, cool. So, that gives us... Oh, where's it gone? Caught hopping in the forest. I don't know why I said where's it gone. I meant I couldn't get to it. I knew where it had gone. Then from here, we want to head over to the north. And if we kick this rock, you'll notice absolutely nothing. Maybe it's this rock. Yeah, that one starts glowing. So I'm going to try and do the cheeky one this time. If you hit into another rock... Oh, you've got to hit it into another rock. I'll remember this in the future. For next time I have to do a rolling rock. Let's break this open. There we go. And that gets us, of course... Rolling rock in the woods. With that, yeah, there's a few more of these watering cans around. They're called steam gardeners. Do you know of Amiibo? I don't care about Amiibo. How about that? And here is the crazy cap shop for this place, which of course means buy yourselves the 100 coin moon. Always do that when you're new in any kingdom, unless you don't have 100 coins, but that almost never happens in this game ever. Cross that off. Then we want to do a few more things. Let's head back to the Odyssey, because that's how I navigate from here. And over here we have this kind of wall along the back, and we can actually get onto this. You may have noticed the Sphinx over there. That's our main actual entrance to the Steam Gardens itself. But there's a sneaky little side entrance here. So first off, down the back here, there are some nuts. And then if we follow this wall around... I'd also just like to praise at this point. So the Steam Gardens is in this massive, as you can kind of see, it's like a geodesic dome. But it's got like alpine stuff like projected on the distance of it, and it's like this. It's basically just a massive kind of greenhouse. It's a really cool like idea for a place. And when they talked about the Wooded Kingdom, it's just not what I expected. I was expecting something a bit more kind of like rainforesty or something like that, and this is not what I expected, but not in a bad way at all. It was just it was really cool when I first came here. There's something below us here if we fall off. I'm not going to do that for quite some time, because quite frankly it scares the living shit out of me. We'll wait for a couple of episodes if you don't know what that is, and you'll see, it's great! It's horrific. But with that, there we go. I'm being real ballsy with this. Time to be introduced to like one of the main captures of this kingdom. This little fellow here is an uproot. And their little thing is you can stretch up, and then when you're at full stretch you go boink, like that. Grab some purple nuts, wonderful, and then there is a tree here with little platforms on it. And uproots are a really cool mechanic, and they make a very new type of platforming. You'll see these around a lot, by the way. These are nuts. Headbutt them a couple of times, and they will release a moon. There's about 6 or 7 nuts around the Wooded Kingdom that all have moons hidden in them somewhere. With that, we can actually explore along a little bit more. You've got this river here, and we actually... What we want to do is follow this river upstream. And we get straight away, like this very rapid succession, to another capture. This is a well-known Mario enemy, the Fire Bro. Knock its hat off, then possess it. Wonderful. And you can get up here. It's always very unclear how you do this. There's some weird way of jumping with Fire Bros where you can get extra height, but I think you have to be at like full movement. Interesting. Also, you can shoot fire with them, by the way. It's just not very useful at the moment. Oh shit, I accidentally killed it. Well, there we go. If we were to light the fire here, it gives us some shit. But I can't light the fire. It's not a moon, it just actually gives us a heart. But I couldn't do it with the Fire Bro for whatever reason. How bizarre. Anyway, if we hit this... then we get into the Steam Gardens itself. Well, I was trying to show something off there, but I may have fucked it. So we need to... basically, these rocks can be used to unlock a capture that many people don't actually see. So you've got these piranha plants here that are throwing goop. But actually, if we chuck one of these rocks at them, they will eat the rock, and then at that point, you can hit them with Cappy. And we can actually spit the rock and various bits of goop out with them. Normally, this is not what you do with these piranha plants, because actually, if I hop out of them, you'll notice what normally happens... is if you throw Cappy at them, they swallow... oh no, there we go, that one's stunned as well. If you throw Cappy at them, they swallow Cappy, and then you can boot them and kill them. They're actually surprisingly hard to know how to kill. And you've hopefully heard the Steam Gardens music a little bit there, which is quite frankly fantastic. But we're going to enter it the proper way now from the outside, so let's go over to where the Crazy Cap shop. And we've got enough purplums to buy a costume. There's actually 2 in this place, because it's 100 purplumer. But we can buy the Explorer's hat and the Explorer's outfit. And look at that, now we're definitely dressed for the Wooded Kingdom. So, over here is a tree, which if we climb to the top of it, which you can do with basically any tree in the Wooded Kingdom, grab yourself a couple of purplums. Now, if we head down south here, there's also another pair of purplums there. This time, we're going to, as I say, we're going to enter properly, so we have got the Sphinx here. And the Sphinx, as ever, will ask us a question. Greetings, traveller, and to your hat as well. Can you answer my riddle? What does the monster want from this kingdom? Water, wood, flowers, or soil? He wants the soiree bouquet, we know. You are correct. Perhaps that wasn't much of a riddle. Anywho, proceed. So, in this cave, there are some purplums to be grabbed. Wonderful. And then, hey, look where we are. It's where we just were. Wonderful. But yeah, so there's that kind of sneaky side way in, but that's the main way we're supposed to do it, and it does have those purplums, which is kind of worth doing. Anyway, here we actually don't want to go where I was up there with the piranha plants. We actually want to follow this river along, partly to get some purplums, and then also, after we get to this waterfall, we want to go over here. My notes said right, but that's very clearly left, and grab another couple of purplums. These platforms, you'll notice they disappear when you stamp on them, but then they reappear after a bit. Classic 2D Mario thing, but rendered in 3D. Wonderful. There is a pipe down there, which we'll be dealing with in a bit, but not right away. This steam gardener looks a bit spooked. It appears the monster's minions are still on top of the tower. I worry about the flowers we are growing there, but what can we do? So, that's why we need to go in the long run. There's Talkatoo if you're interested in him, by the way. But what we actually want to do for now is there are some uproots here, so knock their head off and grab them. And we want to go up here, is it? Yeah, there we go. We can grab a couple of purplums there. Wonderful. And then if we go round this corner... Oop, balls. Not moving fast enough. There we go. So around this corner is the very appropriately named... Not round the corner. Wonderful. I like it when things in this game are just named what they are. Actually, in fact, almost all of the moons that have names, they are just incredibly descriptive of what they are. That's why Talkatoo kind of works as a concept. But I drew your attention just a while ago to this pipe down here, and that indeed is exactly where we are going to go. So, this is... the flooding pipeway, which has fuzzies and the water level is going up. And then periodically the water level will hold, and then it will go back down again. This is really easy to miss. There's a secret little section up here, which has, because it's a secret area, has the secret moon of the secret area. Always a thing. The flooding pipeway, ceiling secret. Wonderful. And then with that, we want to just go along to the end, and just keep an eye on the water level, and there's certain things you can get when the water is at certain levels. This, oh, I'm dying. Oh, if I get killed by fuzzies, that's going to be humiliating. Especially because it's not the first time it's bloody happened. Oh no, bad time water. Oh, these circly boys are, nope. Oh, actually, we should be. Oh, get it right. Get it. Oh, swim upwards. Get out. Oh, bugger. Oh, that was not stressful. Why was that stressful? Right, let's head back outside to the checkpoint. Well, at least to this pole next to the checkpoint, which is as good as the checkpoint. And we want to use the binoculars. Let's have a little look around. So, that's our long-term goal, is Bowser and the Broodals up there. The first story moon we're aiming for, Road to Sky Garden, is there, and we can see the path to it relatively straightforwardly. So you see what we will be doing for the foreseeable future. Wonderful. Now, what we want to do here is ignore everything here, as I've showed you how to kill a piranha, but we don't even need to bother doing that. Round to the left here, you can get the sneaky little moon here. This is not a normal timer challenge, but it is a hatless challenge, because what we have to do is take on a fire bro in single combat. Oh, Jesus Christ. Taking the piss, but he actually did do me a disservice there. But with that, we can grab ourselves a moon, which is helpfully entitled Fire in the Cave. Wonderful. Right, let's head back and clear up some of that goo and kill some of those piranhas. So from here, we actually want to just kind of start going up these pillars. I believe one of these is a millionaire. Or is that a complete lie? Oh, bugger. Nope, that was just a complete lie. There we go. Oh, well, that one's a millionaire, but that one's really awkward to get. So I'm going to ignore that entirely. Millionaires over here, maybe? They're never millionaires, what I think they're going to be. But we just want to kind of go over these pillars. There we go. And then at the top we get to what is... Well, we get to another uproot. Ah, hello there. You are hiding at the top. There we go. Oh. Oh, there you go. You can really milk the shit out of an uproot, of a millionaire using an uproot. So here we are in the what's called the Red Maze, which sounds like some kind of Soviet thing. But there we go. If we land on here, then we go all the way up to the right here. There is a nut, which of course gives us the nut in the Red Maze. Very helpful. Getting a lot of moons in this kingdom already. We're making some progress, despite the fact we haven't even got our first story moon yet. If you need to regenerate your uproot for any reason, there's one there. We want to shove this platform up before then actually going onto it, and just about with it extended there, we can reach all the way to the top of it. Don't destroy too many of those blocks there, because you need them to get those purplums that are there, and with that completed, hooray, we are done in the Red Maze. Ooh, that gives us some healing, which I kind of need, and they're very liberal with checkpoints in the Wooded Kingdom, you notice. Compared to the other kingdoms, it's a lot more kind of linear. At least for the story moons, you're very clearly working your way up an obvious path. This guy, we can now fight the same way we've fought him so far, except we have to ground pound him once he's down, and that gets us our story moon, the Road to Sky Garden. So that P-switch is actually the way forward, but I don't... and this gives us our next story moon, the Flower Thieves of Sky Garden, which is to take on the Broodals. But we're not actually going to be doing that right away. What we actually want to do is... over here. That's not where I thought it was. We want to go to here, and then... oh, that is the way I thought it was. Good. The compass threw me. My notes say this is to the north. This is clearly not the north. This is very much west, but I suppose it was possibly north when I wrote it. But either way, you can probably see what this is going to be, because these little side paths, of which there are a lot in the Wooded Kingdom, tend to lead to knots. And a knot is just a moon here. The knot in the dead end, and there are also a couple of purplums somewhere nearby. There we go. If we actually head underneath where the checkpoint was, do I still need the uproot? They're not the fastest. No, actually I don't. Then we can get a few more purplums. Wonderful. We're actually nearly halfway with the purplums, which is pretty good. So let's head to that P-switch that we unlocked for defeating the piranha plant. And so this is a fun little mechanic of the growing staircase. So you just follow that. It will start to wilt behind you, so just do ensure you keep moving. We obviously want to kind of, in the long run, go ahead to that next switch, but we have this little side platform here, which has some useful shit on it if we can get onto it in time, which we can. Wonderful. Buggada! Oh, buggada! Oh, okay. Stop shouting buggada, you weirdo. There we go. Right, with that, there are some, obviously, purplums on it, and then also... also, I can kill myself. That's fun, too. Right, let's come back there. After paying the ferryman. Now let's just try and climb it normally up the sides, and we have another knot, which gives us another moon. Not on a cracked not even on a crumbling tower. I don't know why that nut's cracked in a way that the other ones aren't. But this gives us a flower road, which will bring us back to where we need to via finances, which is always nice. Let's roll. Yeah, these are a cool little thing, and they... So when it's called the Road to Sky Garden, it reminds me of, I don't know if anyone ever played Mario Kart Super Circuit on the Game Boy Advance, but that had a level called Sky Garden, which had really catchy music. Put that on for Doctor, that music, because that's a bit different, as we work our way up this next area. Yeah, I have a vague memory of that Sky Garden level being in another Mario one, like one of the 3D ones, but I don't actually remember. So look into that, Doctor, and use the music from a later one if it's available. But that's always what I think when I'm in the Wooded Kingdom. Not that the Wooded Kingdom's own music isn't actually, quite frankly, fantastic. I do love this music. You'll notice I got some secrets, kind of a secrets moon and a kind of hidden purplum there. There's a reason I'm doing this all as an uproot, because if we get all the way to the top, you'll notice you can actually just see it hovering there. There is, just out in the open, a moon here, but you can only get it if you brought an uproot all the way to the top successfully. And with that, we have climbed up the tower, and we are outside and ready to take on the Broodals as well. There's one of the Broodals we haven't fought yet. Too late, chumps. We snagged the soiree bouquet already. Now why don't you scram so we can get the rest of the flowers as well? Well, maybe I'll just make you scram. So this absolute freak is Spewart, whose name should be obvious. Hit him when he's off balance, and you'll knock his hat off, jump on him again, and you will get rid of all his spew, and then he will knock his hat around like this. I think you can stop this by hitting him with your hats. Yes, no, you can just deflect him. So let's just stay out of the way of him. As ever, you can, I don't think I actually I've shown this, but I haven't actually drawn attention to it. You can clear the kind of, it's very Mario Sunshine feel, clearing this goop, but you can clear the goop with Cappy. There we go, got him already. Oh, bugger! Yeah, whenever you hit him, you clear all the kind of goop. But yeah, you can clear it with Cappy, but not by any other means. So let's just wait for him to finish dicking around. Oh! Oh! I don't even know where that heart came from, but I'll take it, I guess. Ah! And with that, let's take his hat off a final time and knock him senseless. And as is basically always the case when you beat a Brutal, we get ourselves a multi-moon.